Hey guys, welcome to Jaxbeautifulyou. My name is Jackie and welcome to my channel. I really appreciate you being here today. Today's video is all about summertime gourmands. This has been a weird year for me because normally I only crave gourmands in the fall and winter, but this year I've been wanting gourmands in the summer. However, the problem is that a lot of times they can get cloying, they can be suffocating, too heavy, too thick, too dense for the hot weather. Well, I have 10 perfumes here that I feel like have gourmand aspects to them that you can still wear in the summertime, you can still wear in the heat. They're not going to be too much, at least in my opinion anyway. I do like sweeter perfumes, so kind of keep that in mind, but I feel like I can easily wear these in the hot summer months. I live in South Carolina. It gets very hot and very humid where I live, and I still feel like I can wear these fragrances. So if you're interested in knowing what they are, then just keep on watching. So during my hunt for the perfect summertime gourmand, I did finally pick up Princess by Killian this year, and I have been absolutely loving this fragrance. I was very hesitant to pick this one up. This one was a blind buy, and I just wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but it is absolutely gorgeous, and I can't believe I waited so long to pick this one up. This has ginger in the opening, and I really feel like that ginger helps to tone this fragrance down so that it's not over the top. This is a lighter fragrance, so it's not super thick and dense, but it is sweet, so keep that in mind. Some people might find this to be too sweet for hot weather, but I do not. I think this is perfect for hot weather. There's also lemon and green tea in here, and I feel like that green tea helps to also tone it down. The green tea gives it some balance, so it's not just over the top, sickening sweet. And then in the base, there's lots of marshmallow, and that does come forward on my skin quite a lot, but it's never too much. It's never too thick. It's never too dense. The performance is just moderate on me. It's not terrible. If I overspray it, especially on my clothes, I can get a good 6-7 hours of wear out of this fragrance, but because it's not super strong and because it doesn't fill up a room, that's what makes it wearable for the summertime for me. So this one's gorgeous. If you love marshmallow fragrances, you definitely need to get your nose on this one. So that is by Kilian, Princess. All right, up next we have by Skylar. This is Boardwalk Delight. I did just get the travel size because I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this one. And when I first got it, I thought it was okay, but the more I wear it, the more it grows on me. And this is definitely a cotton candy. That's the main thing I get is cotton candy. And it does kind of remind me of happy, fun, youthful days. If you ever went to, you know, a fair or a carnival and you can smell that cotton candy in the air. And it's usually in the summer that you go to these fairs, right? And that's why this reminds me so much of summer. I really do like this one. The travel size is a roller ball, so I don't get to spray this on, but I think it would be better performance if I actually had the bottle and I could actually spray it on me. I think I'd get better performance, but I do really like the way that this smells, and I really like to layer it with another fragrance that I have here. I'll tell you in a minute, but by itself, I definitely get the raspberry in here. There's a raspberry note that I didn't get when I first got this fragrance, but now that it's macerated a little bit, I feel like that raspberry comes through. There's solar notes in here too, which kind of reminds me of a summer day, and it is very sweet, but it's not so strong that I find it cloying or overpowering. I think this is a really good layering fragrance, especially if you have something where you want to amplify the cotton candy, which is what I use it for. So the next one I have is by Kayali, and this is Yum Pistachio Gelato. This is a surprise for me. Now, this is a gourmand, but I don't think it's a full-on gourmand, and it's not the gourmand I expected when this first came out. I was expecting a fall, winter, thick, dense, full-on foodie gourmand fragrance. That's not what I get from here. I get more of a summertime gourmand, but I don't find it to be a full-on gourmand for me. The gourmand notes that I get in here are the cotton candy and the marshmallow and the dry down. But the opening, I get a strong blast of the bergamot. It smells like lemon to me, lots of lemon, and then I do get some florals in here as well. But quickly that goes away. So it's lemon, kind of like a soapy cardamom floral vibe. And then that dries down and I'm left with this gorgeous cotton candy and marshmallow fragrance. So I do like to layer these two together. I feel like it's an amazing combo. The cotton candy in here and the cotton candy in here definitely work with each other and play off of each other really well. So I've been enjoying this combination a lot. The bergamot in here in the opening really helps to kind of give it a summertime feel to my nose. I don't really pick up a lot of pistachio. I really don't pick up nuttiness. I know some people do. You definitely have to get your nose on this one and test it on your skin because everybody's getting something different. I had to put this one down for a little while because I was just going through it. I definitely want to pick up a full bottle of this once I go through this travel size. That is by Kayali Yum Pistachio Gelato 33. All right, up next we have a fragrance that is a floral gourmand. Not everybody loves floral gourmands, but I love the combination of floral and gourmand notes together. So this is not a full-on gourmand, but it has gourmand notes in it. So this is by Amouage and this is Love Tuberose. I have been so in love with this fragrance. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but I find this one perfect for summer. And I honestly feel like this is an all year round fragrance. It's not so heavy that it's cloying or suffocating, which none of these are. That's why they're in here. I know I kind of sound like a broken record, but this is absolute perfection. It's not heavy, but it is really good performance. So this will last on you all day. People are going to be able to smell you, but it never gets cloying. It's so beautiful. This has the most beautiful tuberose in here. There's other white florals in here. There's gardenia, there's tuberose, I think there's jasmine in here. But what I pick up the most is tuberose. There's whipped cream in here. That's the gourmand aspect to this fragrance. There's a lot of whipped cream in here, and I definitely pick that up. That combination of those white florals with that delicious whipped cream is absolutely stunning. There's also vanilla, sandalwood, and cedar in here. The vanilla helps to give that sweet gourmand vibe, but then the sandalwood and the cedar gives it a tiny bit of a woody base that helps to kind of round the fragrance out so that it's not too sweet, it's not too thick, it's not too lactonic, which is why I feel like I can wear this in the summer. So that is by the House of Amouage, Love Tuberose. Okay, up next we have another one by Killian. This is Love Don't Be Shy, the extreme version. Now this is very sweet, so I will warn you, if you don't like sweet fragrances in the summer, this might be a bit much. Maybe like a summer night, but for me, I don't find this cloying, and I think the reason why is because there's added rose in here. That's the difference between the original and this one, is that I feel like the rose really does something to amplify the fragrance. I do like the original Love Don't Be Shy, but the extreme version is a full-on love for me. This has neroli and bergamot in the opening. That bergamot does give it a little bit of a brightness, which I really like. There's also a lot of orange blossom in here, just like the original, so you have to be a fan of orange blossom and neroli fragrances, but then that added rose is there that kind of cuts through the sweetness a little bit. I don't find this one to be as sweet as the original. And then of course you have all that marshmallow and you have vanilla in the base, and the marshmallow is stunning in here. The performance is moderate all around. I do find this one to be better performing than the original. I have tested them both side by side, and this one was still going strong long after the original had faded away. I don't find the original to be the best performance. This one's not amazing performance, it's just moderate. So I do really enjoy this one for the summer, but again, if you're someone who doesn't like sweet fragrances, you might want to test it out first before you wear it in the dead heat of summer, just because it could be a bit sweet for some people. But I have a sweet tooth, so I have a high tolerance for sweet fragrances, and this one is gorgeous. This is by Killian, Love Don't Be Shy Extreme. All right, up next we have a fragrance that I debated about putting in here because I cannot shut up about this fragrance, but I had to put it in here because I love it so much. I am just absolutely obsessed. This perfume has me in a chokehold right now. I cannot stop wearing it. This is by Simone Andreoli, and this is Leisure in Paradise. I adore this fragrance. This is brand new to my collection, so the dent you see here is a big deal because that should tell you how much I can't stop wearing it. I freaking adore this fragrance. Definitely a tropical, fruity kind of gourmand fragrance. This has papaya, this has pineapple, this has coconut, vanilla. There's some woody notes in the base, so this isn't a full-on fruity gourmand fragrance. There is a little bit of something else in here to tone it down, but it's pretty sweet. It's a sweet, luscious, delicious, fruity concoction. If you like papaya, if you like pineapple, I love this. Now the coconut is in here, but it's not the star of the show. The fruits, the tropical fruits are what I really smell in here more than anything. And that coconut just kind of takes a back seat, which is kind of nice because a lot of summer fragrances that I already own have a lot of coconut in them, and I love coconut, don't get me wrong, but I kind of like that the fruits are really the star of the show in here. I wasn't sure about the performance of this at first, but the more I wear it, the stronger this gets, and this actually has decent performance. Pretty good performance, better than I thought. I actually sprayed this on me and wore it the other day, and I noticed that this lasted all day. I have to spray it on my clothes. If I just spray it on my skin, it doesn't last as long, which is the case with most perfumes. But I could definitely smell this on me for my entire day, and I smelled amazing. Plus, this is a compliment getter. I get lots of compliments on this, and for good reason. You smell absolutely edible. My husband loves this one on me. He compliments me on this one when I wear it, and he recognizes it. He's like, oh, that's that perfume you've been wearing a lot. So that is by Simone Andreoli, Leisure in Paradise. Okay, up next we have by the House of Parfums de Marly, this is Oriana. This is a floral, fruity, gourmand fragrance. I love this one. This one, it's not a full-on gourmand, but it definitely has gourmand aspects to it. I love wearing this one in the summertime. There's a clean vibe to this, almost like a laundry dryer sheet vibe in here. Normally I don't like that. Normally I'm not into that. Dryer sheet, laundry detergent, clean linen type of scents, they're not for me, but this is not just that. This has florals, this has fruits, this has gourmand aspects on top of this dryer sheet vibe in here. Does anybody else get that from this fragrance? Because I freaking love it. I think it smells so good, and it makes it easy to wear in the summertime. There's some orange in here, there's some black currant in here, there's raspberry in here, so you're definitely gonna get some fruity vibes. There's whipped cream in here. There's a lot of orange blossom in here, so you have to be a fan of that. I love orange blossom. And then the base, I get a lot of the marshmallow and I get a lot of the whipped cream. I'm in love with this fragrance. I think it is beautiful. The packaging is beautiful, and I do not ever struggle with the performance of this fragrance. I know that was a big deal when this perfume first came out. People were saying the performance was so bad. I don't get that at all. I do not get that at all. I have never once struggled with the performance of Oriana. It lasts all day on me, and I definitely have a scent bubble around me that I can smell. Other people can smell me because other people have commented on this fragrance. This is a complimented one as well, and it just smells so good. So feminine, so sweet, but not overpowering, not so strong, again, that it is something that would be too much for the hot weather. I've worn this in hot weather and it was perfect. It actually, I feel like it actually comes alive in hot weather, and it just smells incredible. So that is by Parfums de Marly, Oriana. All right, up next we have a pretty affordable one here. This is by Afnan, and this is Modest Deux. This fragrance is absolutely gorgeous, and I love everything about it. I loved the presentation of this. I love the bottle. The bottle is nice and heavy, and it's glass. The box it came in was really beautiful, and then the scent itself is gorgeous, long-lasting, high-quality smelling for, I think, around $30. It's a 100 ml bottle, and wow, talk about an affordable gem. Love this fragrance so much. This smells similar to Lancome's La Nuit Trésor, but I do pick up differences for sure. So you've got some strawberry in here, you've got raspberry, there's some cherry in here as well. Personally, I pick up the raspberry more than anything. There's also dark chocolate in here, so I get this delicious raspberry and chocolatey vibe, but it's so bright and fruity in the opening that I never find it to be too heavy. This isn't something that would just be for fall winter, although I do see myself wearing this in the fall and winter as well. It's definitely good enough of a performing fragrance that I could wear this in the fall and winter, but it's light and bright enough at the same time that I feel like I can get away with wearing this in the spring and summer. Absolutely stunning fragrance. I highly recommend that you get your nose on this one. I just think you can't beat it. For the price and everything that comes with it, this is such a good, affordable gem in my opinion. I love it. So that is by Afnan, Modest Deux. All right, up next we have a fragrance that I had heard so many people talking about for the longest time, had a sample of it, really liked it, but never picked it up and didn't know why. And finally I got a bottle of it, and I'm so glad that I did because I am just loving this fragrance. This is by Dolce&Gabbana. This is Dolce Garden. I think this smells incredible. This is a new bottle to my collection. I just started wearing it, but oh my gosh, this is so good. Very sweet though, so this is another one that I feel like for people who are sensitive to sweet perfumes, you might not want to wear this in the dead heat, but maybe like a date night, because this is sexy. Like a summer date night when the sun has gone down, this is definitely a delicious option, especially if you like coconut. There's a lot of coconut in here, and it is that gourmand coconut. Not sunscreeny coconut to me. This smells gourmand coconut. There's also almond milk in here. There's some vanilla. It smells so, so good, but it's not just a straight up gourmand. There's also a lot of frangipani in here. There's ylang ylang. It smells very tropical. Tropical florals with a touch of some yummy gourmand coconut and vanilla. This is so good. It's so sweet, it's so feminine, and the performance is really good on this. This perfume lasts me all day long. This is by Dolce&Gabbana Dolce Garden. All right guys, last but certainly not least, we have one of my favorite perfumes in my collection, and a perfume that I sneak wears of all the time. Even when it's not on my tray, I reach for this one a lot. This is by Nobile 1942. This is La Danza, delle, Libellule, something like that. And this is absolutely stunning. It translates to Dance of the Dragonflies, and as you can see by the dent in this bottle, it is a very loved and very worn fragrance. Now, when I first got this fragrance, the first time I wore it out to dinner, and I was struggling to smell myself. I thought the performance was so bad, and I was so mad because I love the way it smells, but I could barely smell it. I put it away, let it macerate, and I have zero issues with the performance of this perfume. Now, every time I wear it, I am so happy because I can definitely smell it. It's not a beast, but it lasts for about 6-7 hours with definitely a moderate scent bubble. And because it's not so strong, because it's not so loud, because it's not a beast, I find this one to be absolutely perfect for the summertime. Again, very sweet. Not a full-on gourmand though. There are notes in here that kind of tone it down and make it feel like it's not a full-on foodie gourmand. So there's red apple and bergamot in here, and it feels very juicy red apple for sure. There's also cinnamon in here, and when I first got this fragrance, I couldn't smell cinnamon in here at all, but the cinnamon has gotten stronger as this has sat. The last time I wore it, I was like, oh, I'm picking up the cinnamon. It is definitely there, and for me, that's a good thing because I adore cinnamon in my fragrances. There is also some cedar in here, definitely get a little bit of a woody base. There's coconut in here, which I do pick up on a little bit. It's not very strong, but it's definitely present. And then there is also vanilla and musk. There is musk in the base, so it does feel airy. There's an airiness to this fragrance so that it's not this thick, dense, heavy gourmand. I know a lot of that sounds heavy and dense, but it's not. It doesn't feel dense or thick to me, which makes it absolutely perfect for the summer months. And that coconut really helps to make it feel a little bit more on the summer side as well. Although I do feel like this is a fragrance that would work really well in fall and winter as well, but I do love wearing this in the summertime. So that is by Nobile 1942. We're just going to call it La Danza. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. Those are the summertime gourmands that I absolutely love to wear in the high heat. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comment section, what do you like to wear in the summer? Do you like to wear gourmands in the summer? And if so, what are your favorites? Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!